What's up, family? Welcome, man, to the Mental Game Podcast, man. Once again, man, another week, another episode back in the books, man. What's up, family? How y'all doing, man? Uh, Welcome back to the Mental Game Podcast. If you're new here, I appreciate you pulling up for the first time, man. Shout out to you, shout out to y'all. Pulling up for the first time. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I found my soundboard, so everything, I'm able to do crazy stuff like, what I'm saying, hit that drum roll. I know that's a little corny, but at least I know my soundboard work. I need to upload some more sounds now that I know it's on here and it's working, you know what I'm saying? So um, you know, appreciate the people that's returning to watch the Mental Game Podcast. Appreciate y'all. Um Man, what's up this week, man? What's up this week, man? Quick shout out to the brand, Mental Game. I don't know if y'all seen, I posted a new reel. I don't know if everybody's been seeing it. I know Facebook and Instagram be hating on me sometimes. They kind of shadow ban what I post, and don't let it get seen unless I pay for viewership and all that good stuff. But I got some short sets for men and women, man. Um, if you haven't seen them, man, come on my page. Check out the reels. I got something new going on for the summer. About to start popping out with them things, you know what I'm saying? Getting the short sets going. So once again, I know this is the month of June, man. This is the month of the daddy, man. This month is for all the daddies. Shout out to all the daddies. The daddies stand up, man. You know what I'm saying? Daddies stand up. You know, everybody part of the daddyhood, man. The hardest hood to be a part of, man. It's this. We not just celebrating for a day. We not doing that, man. We celebrating the whole entire month, man. Shout out to all the fathers all month long. You know what I'm saying? And let me get one thing straight though. I'm not talking about the dudes that just got kids. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the daddies, man. I'm talking about the fathers. I'm talking about the active fathers. I'm talking about the present fathers. You in your kids' face. You know, uh, the fathers that show up day in and day out. Shout out to y'all, man. The fathers out here sacrificing each and every moment for their kids. You know what I'm saying? Actually being a daddy, man. And most importantly, the ones trying when life gets tough, when life gets hard, man. Shout out to y'all. Uh, you know, daddyhood, man. It's like, it's just like fatherhood, but daddyhood is just a little bit cooler. So yeah, y'all get the chance, man. Hit me up, send me a DM. Even though my website is down right now, man, y'all can still get merch, man. Just hit me up. I'll tell you what I have currently right now on hand. If I got your size, I hook you up. If I don't have your size, guess what? I'm gonna still hook you up. So make sure y'all hit me up, send me a DM, send me an email, mentalgame@gmail.com, or at mentalgame or at jwills29, man. My information is on the screen. Y'all need to get at me, man. Let me know. Support the brand, man. Birthday shout outs, man. Everybody who's celebrating the birthday in the month of June, man. Right off the top of my head, I got my homeboy Tez. Tez been on the podcast, a couple times before. So shout out to you, Tez. Happy birthday to you. Shout out to my other big brother, Courtney. Shout out to you, Cool Will. You know what I'm saying? Most importantly, I can't forget this one. She'll kill me. She'll literally bite me if I don't say it. My little niece, Carmen, man. Shout out to you, baby girl. Uncle love you. And I can't wait to celebrate your birthday with you. A couple other shout outs. Shout out to the parents pretending they know what they doing. Shout out to you, man. At least you're trying. Shout out to the fathers who say, we don't need directions. Then they confidently get lost. Shout out to you. Shout out to to those dads, man. And shout out to the kids getting jobs and suddenly acting grown now, man. Shout out to y'all. That's a weird little segue, but Shout out to anybody celebrating any anniversaries. Shout out to anybody celebrating any what can we call it? Survival anniversaries. You still here with us. Shout out to you. Um, sobriety anniversaries, wedding anniversaries, no matter what, if it's an anniversary, it's been an annual a year since, what I'm saying, you done anything, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to your commitment. Shout out to you, man. And shout out to the survivors, man. If you made it through another week, you know what I'm saying? If you made it through something that nobody clapped for, man, this is for you. Shout out to you as well. So before I start every podcast, I like to anchor my podcast with a verse. Joshua 1:9 says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord is with you wherever you go." The Lord will be with you wherever you go, man. No matter what season you in, man, I just want everybody to know that no matter what season you in, no matter you go through, what you go to, God is with you, man. So shout out to y'all, man. Uh, Shout out to my aunt Alice, man, with the words of wisdom. Just want to continue to remind everybody to forgive yourself for not knowing earlier what only time could teach you. Some of the lessons only come through growth, experience, pain, time, and faith. Most importantly, it's just like parenting, just like being a father. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay, man. It's okay to, just have gone through that test of time in order to be able to learn some things. Some of us are still going through things, man. And hey, give yourself a little grace. And all right, moving on to mental preparedness, man. Mental preparedness. You know what I'm saying? Because mental strength isn't all about mindset, it's also about being prepared. This week tips that boy, they're gonna pause the heck out of me for that. I can just hear Sam now. But all right. This week's tip, as fathers, as parents, as adults, you gotta think ahead. You know what I'm saying? Um, Now's the time that we start getting prepared, man. We getting into those summer months. We getting into those months where things start happening, whether it's hurricanes, tornadoes. It's the times where things get active, and everybody's out of school. Anything can happen. That stuff happens that you need to be prepared for. So now the time is to if you haven't started an emergency savings, now's the time to start. If you haven't started like a long-term food and water storage system, now is a good time to start. Um, it's also important to have all your important documents organized and put away somewhere safe to where, um, flood or fire or anything like that, can't get to it, that way those documents will be safe. Uh, Basic medical supplies, you know what I'm saying? I think everybody by now should have at least like a basic first aid kit in their house somewhere, something, you know what I'm saying? Um, and also most importantly, this is the most important thing, and I don't even have it done because I'm like everybody else, I'm spoiled by cell phones, man. Emergency contacts, man. Uh, have somewhere where you can have those things written down and put away and put up just in case you might need them, because you might be in a situation where only landlines are available and your cell phone's not working or whatever. So these are things I believe people should start focus on and at least look into a little bit. But I believe they're very, very, very important, going into the future. Things happen, emergencies happen. So it's good to be prepared, man. Sometimes you got to think ahead, this preparation, I believe, is going to creates a peace in you. Um, give you that what's the word I'm looking for? Give you that sense of peace, I guess, in the back of your mind. So it's good to be prepared, man. Prepare and don't panic. You know what I'm saying? Prepared people don't plan Well, no, prepared people plan, they don't panic. That's the saying that's always been said to me. So that's my little tips for the week for mental preparedness. You know what I'm saying? Um, Always remember, man, look out for your people. Somebody reaches out to you to vent, hear them out, listen to them, hear what they got to say, because you know, 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, you the only person they can really talk to, or they can really vent to. Um, I had a conversation this week, um, where I was contacted and vented to, and you know, I gave my little advice, and I felt good about it because I kind of felt like in my mind, the back of my mind, I was like, man, I don't know who else this person could have talked to or could have brought that weight to, or whatever the case may be. But I'm glad I was able to be there for him. And I'm not going to, I'm saying all that to say is, I don't just get on here and tell y'all things just because I feel it sounds good. These are things I'm actively working on, I'm actively doing. I really believe in this mental health stuff. I don't just talk about it. Um, I believe it's very, very, very important. I see, I look at commercials and stuff all the time, and I see everybody slowly but surely getting on the bandwagon of mental health, and I'm here for it, man. I love to see it. Um, but I've been on this mental health stuff. I've always been worried about, uh, everybody getting their mental game right, pun intended. But never underestimate the power of simply just being there for somebody, especially when they need you. And you never know, you never know when somebody might not need you. So it's important to always be there. Um, Man, one thing hit me this week, man. My daughter got her first job, and as a father, that's exciting. You know what I'm saying? It's real exciting, but low key, it's a little scary too, you know, because, now you realizing, well, now I'm realizing my baby is really grown up, man. She's really growing up, and, she's entering the world. She's starting to learn responsibility. Uh, actually really getting into life, um, learning life, and as a parent, um, as parents, I believe as parents, we want to protect our kids forever, and you know what I'm saying. But sometimes, eventually, you got to let them grow up. So, congratulations to my baby on her first job. You know what I'm saying. I pray that this is just a stepping stone for her, and she continues to impress me and just continue to do great things. So shout out to you, my baby, on your first job. Congratulations. Um, Speaking of parenting, I always, I want, since it's in lieu of Father's Day month, man, I just want to put a quick little funny father story out there for me, man. Uh Man, when me and my sister were younger, I remember my dad took us to Disney World or Universal. I can't remember which one we were going to. And with no plan. He did like with no plan. I mean, the plan was look, I'm gonna make the attempt, but it was really no plan. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't know it at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because me and my sister, we were kids. We wasn't worried about it. My dad said we going out there to Disney World. We going out there to Disney World, man. But this man used to drive us all the way to Florida with basically nothing booked, just a hotel room. You know, just a hotel room for a couple of days. Little, inexpensive hotel. I don't want to call it cheap because they weren't cheap. So shout out to you, Dad. They weren't cheap hotels, but they were inexpensive. Yeah, y'all can probably guess what that means. They weren't cheap, but they was inexpensive. Um, you know, and not, nowadays you could pre-buy tickets online. You could plan to eat at restaurants and stuff like that. You could schedule rides and stuff like that. It's going to the theme park is not how it used to be. And nowadays you could kind of pick and plan everything. But back then, my dad depended on them 90 day. My dad depended on them 90-minute resort presentations to give us free tickets to get into those theme parks, man. So um man, shout out to my dad, man. My dad really used to be out here freestyling life, man. But he got us into Disney World. I ain't gonna lie, he got them 90-minute resort presentations really paid off, man. So shout out to the fathers, man. My dad was real good at freestyling life. Even now, he kind of still kind of freestyling life. Uh, but shout out to my dad. Dad, I love you. I appreciate you. Even though we could have just been going to Florida just to see Florida, you know what I'm saying? If the 90-minute presentations didn't pan out like you thought. But shout out to you, Pop. Um, something something I saw this week. It really stuck with me. It was a video talking about fear, and honestly, I'm guilty of it sometimes too. There's a lot of things that I can be fearful of, but I know God didn't give us the spirit of fear, so I'm learning how to conquer those things. You know what I'm saying? Um, how can I say this, man? Um, the video said, man, stop letting fear make permanent decisions for your future, and that really hit me. Um, that really hit me because half the blessings people pray for, they're sitting on the other side of fear, discomfort, and growth. Um, but we run from uncomfortable situations because we're scared of changing, we're scared of losing something. But I'm here to tell you, man, some things you gotta let go of, some things you gotta endure, some things you gotta endure the pain that comes with it. And I guarantee you, man, what these past months have taught me, man, it's worth it. You know, I lost my job and I didn't know what I was gonna do. And that was it started out. It was something that started out as fear, but when I look back at it now, I'm glad for the tough times because they really do make you strong. You know what I'm saying? But people run from these uncomfortable situations, then they wonder why they stay stuck. And you know, it's because we need to be willing to face these things. Um, God said the path to life is narrow. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with being different. It's not easy to be different. Um, it's definitely hard because you see everybody going one way and it's easy to go with the flow. It's hard to swim against the wave that's going on, you know what I mean? So, uh, a lot of times in this life, if everybody's following the crowd, that don't necessarily mean the crowd is right. You know what I'm saying? Because like you look at the world and where it's going to nowadays with a wide lens, man. It's not too. It's heavy out here, man. And I'll use that term loosely. It's definitely not the '90s. It's not the world some of us grew up in. Um, so sometimes growing feels lonely. You know, there's a saying that they always say is lonely at the top. Um, sometimes obedience looks weird to people, and sometimes people look at obedience as being weak. Sometimes your next level that you're trying to get to, it requires an uncomfortable decision. You never know. Um, don't let fear make permanent decisions for your future, man. Don't let fear cut off your blessing. Don't let fear stop you from being great. Don't let fear dictate your path. You feel me? Don't always take the easy path. You don't have to always do what everybody else do, because everybody could be wrong. What if everybody is wrong? You know what I'm saying? What if you find yourself in the middle of the crowd looking at, looking up or looking to the side, looking left, looking right, like, dang, man, I made the wrong decision. I done really messed up out here. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good to be different. I don't believe we was all called to be the same. You feel me? So, um, quick questions, man. I got some questions written down for my listeners, my watchers, my viewers, man. What's something your parents did that would never work today? Now, I'm gonna start by saying them 90-day presentations ain't what they used to be. Them people done got smart. I remember me and my mom went to one at the Westgate, man. Them people gave us $250 and sent us on our way. But and I don't know if you've been to theme parks lately, man. You can't you can't get a ticket for under $100 nowadays. It seemed like tickets have went up since I was a kid. I say that because I'm a person. I'm always in Florida. I'm always in Florida. That's like my home away from home. That's my happy place. That's why I like to go. That's what me and my family like to go on vacation. We finna switch that up because my wife kind of getting tired of Florida, so we finna switch that up. So y'all tell me in the comments, man. Let me know in the comments. Send me a DM. What's something your parents did that would have never worked today? Also, um, in lieu of Father's Day, man, what's the most dad thing your father ever did? Yeah, I just put two of them in one in this episode. So yeah, my father definitely, man. He probably gonna call me this week if his phone back working. I had to find some type of way to get in touch with him. His phone broke. We didn't fuss at him enough. But I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. I appreciate y'all. I gotta get up early to go to work on a Sunday. Yeah. I'm like y'all remember I shoot my episodes on a Saturday. Um, at the end of the day, life requires a lot of courage, man. You gotta be brave if you want to be successful in this life. Being a parent, what I'm saying, and I was speaking for the fathers, because like I said, this is daddyhood month, man. This month is for the daddies. You know what I'm saying? Fatherhood requires courage. You got to be, what I'm saying? Fathers nowadays, man, we got to be we got to have some courage. We got to be strong, man. Because these these kids is coming up a little crazy, man. They coming up a little spicy. You feel me? Um So as fathers, we need to be strong and courageous and be able to lead these young folk, man. These young and up and coming people. And we want all y'all to be, you know, how can I say it? Proper members of society. And cause y'all are the future. That sounds a little cliche, but y'all are the future, man. Um, not only does being a father require courage, if you want to grow, whether you're a man, a woman, a mom, dad, auntie, uncle, whatever, man. You going through this life, you trying to grow and succeed and move up in this life. You know what I'm saying? Growth requires courage. Faith requires courage. Faith, man, to be able to trust and have that blind trust without a shadow of a doubt that everything's going to be all right, it takes a lot of courage. And I believe that's one thing God gives us. God don't give us if God don't give us fear, man, I believe he gives us a lot of courage that we need to just tap into and just know that everything's going to be all right. And Get to a point where you got a relationship with God and you can trust him and trust and know that he's gonna do it for you. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that because that's a cliche thing that all other Christians be saying out here. That like I've experienced it for myself. You feel me? I know God for myself, and he's done amazing things for me just in these past few months, man. Of me just surrendering. But with all that being said, man, sometimes, man, that very thing that you might be afraid of, that thing that you're fearful of, because a lot of people be, out here want to be semi-tough, that thing you might be afraid of, man, it might be the thing that God uses to change your life. So, with that being said, man, you know what I'm saying? Get it together, man. Face that fear. Get on the other side of it, man, and see what God got waiting for you on the other side of fear. But, don't forget to support the brand, man. That's all I got. Don't I got the daddyhood sets out there for the daddies, man. Hit me up, man. Right now there's $60. That's free shipping. Wherever you are in the world, you know what I'm saying? I ship it to you. I got various other sets, ladies. I got y'all covered too. I didn't forget about the ladies, man. I know people been hitting me up talking about you don't have nothing for the women and this, that, and the other. And I got y'all, man. I got something for the ladies as well. Y'all hit me up, man. Send me a DM, send me an email. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I know I keep forgetting to say that, man. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Send this to somebody who might need it, man. I appreciate the support, man. I've been getting a lot of likes and follows, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook as well. I've been getting a little love, even though Facebook and Instagram been trying to shadow ban me. I've been getting a little love, but I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the people that's been listening thus far. I appreciate the people that's been watching, and supporting, man. Support. I thank y'all for supporting me. I appreciate y'all supporting me. Other than that, man, I think that's it, man. I ain't got nothing to say, man. I gotta get up and go to work in the morning. But I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, and we out. Peace.